Hi everyone, it's Alexis Lane here with PTSD, the Wives Side. I'm very excited to see how much the Facebook page has grown a lot, and I've been getting a lot of questions and a lot of messages, and so I wanted to do a video so that I can answer everybody's without naming names or having to go through and write everybody one by one, which I do not mind doing and I've already done. But in case everyone has the same questions, which a lot of you do, I wanted to just post up a quick video with the answers to those. So first is the symptoms of PTSD in combat veterans. And these are the symptoms that are recognized by the military and by the VA and by most therapists and psychologists. And also those, if you ever Google PTSD with combat veterans, these are the common symptoms. First is depression, which is, widely known, and sometimes even depression is very hard to diagnose because people are able to mask their feelings or just push it off as having a bad day. But if it's marked also with isolation and the rest of these symptoms, then you know that they do in fact most likely have post-traumatic stress disorder. Isolation is a very common symptom because they push all of their friends away. If it's civilian friends, then they feel like their friends won't be able to relate to them and what they've been through, and also that their civilian friends don't want to hear about it. So they push them away, and also most of them aren't able to come back with the men that they deployed with and had a combat situation with. Most of the men either get out, or women, and they get out of the military and move away, or they get stationed at a different place. So these men and women that they fought with and have a combat story with and that they can relate to are no longer around them, and they isolate themselves from the rest of the world. Rage. This is one that many of you have spoken with me about, and it is a very, very dangerous symptom of PTSD, and it's something that needs to be addressed as soon as possible, because unfortunately with rage and a combat veteran, even if you do not mix alcohol and drugs into that situation, these men have a lot of aggression. And, well, rage is the perfect word to sum it up. And it can be a scary, scary time, and you don't know what to do. I learned to not push back, as in to not fight back, to not raise my voice, because if they're having rage, it's for a reason, because of something that happened. They might not ever tell you, you might not know, but most likely it is to the combat situation. And you raising your voice or pushing back at them, I'm pretty sure that happened during their combat situation, so it kind of actually, fuels the fire even more. And it escalates, and that's when a lot of the, hitting may happen. And I've heard a lot of stories about that, and trust me, I think most of us have been through it, and we can all say that it's not something that we wish upon our worst enemies. But rage is a very, very tough one to handle because everybody's different, and you never know what they're going to react to. The next symptom is avoidance of feelings, meaning that they're very cold and uncaring. I can relate to this one extremely well. And I'm sure all of you can, either at some point or if it's ongoing. And you know how hard it can be to be crying to your husband or to your wife or whomever the person is that has PTSD, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, and they don't care. Or they say, this isn't a big deal. Why are you so upset? Or, I've been through worse. This is nothing. Or they won't say anything at all. Or they might say, hey, my TV show is on. Can you be quiet? And, that hurts. It really hurts because it's almost like you don't matter and that your feelings don't matter and that your loved one doesn't care about you. But they do. unfortunately they're suffering from a very, a sad disorder, and this is just part of the symptoms. The other one is a big one, which is survivor's guilt. We may never know the true, full story of what our loved one went through. Or, if you're an ex-wife or an ex-husband or ex-girlfriend, boyfriend, brother, sister, whichever it may be, understand when I say what we are going through, it isn't saying that you haven't been through it or that you aren't currently going through it, because if you have been with someone or know someone that has PTSD, you're going to remember that for the rest of your life. So I wanted to make that clear. If you're an ex-husband, ex-wife, etc., this is going to you also. And please feel welcome to interject and comment on anything that I post or say or anybody else, because you guys are included also. Survivor's guilt. So we may never know, ever. And, I know that a lot of guys have survived in women situations that they shouldn't have, and they've lost their brothers of war, sisters of war, and they hate it. They think that, why me? Why did I live? Look at my life. I'm suffering. I wish that, William would have lived over me. And another symptom is anxiousness, which I think that we have all been anxious at some point in our lives, but especially with combat veterans, they're always on edge, always. Whether it is that they're looking for their gun under their pillow or under their bed in the middle of the night, or they can't be in crowded places because they have to constantly look everywhere, or, simply because they cannot face a door while sitting down with their back to it. They have to face it and look and be able to survey the entire room. Or it's just, simply having high blood pressure. A lot of men and women suffering from this have high blood pressure. They actually have symptoms of heart attack symptoms because they become so anxious that they're just, having night sweats, and they can actually puke. And, it happens because they're so anxious all the time. And the last symptom is intrusive thoughts, which in layman's terms is flashbacks. And I talk a lot about flashbacks in my other videos because they're a very big deal. I was put into a lot of situations where it was a life and death situation because he was having flashbacks. And unfortunately, I don't have the answer to that one either. I think that there are a lot of different theories out there, or different ways to deal with someone when they're having rage or a flashback. But I truly don't know, because I have tried out a lot and nothing seemed to help, because he wouldn't remember having the flashback, after he would come back to reality. So unfortunately, I couldn't sit there and counsel him on it and say, why'd you do this, or, why'd you say that, because he doesn't remember. Yeah. So those are the symptoms. I know it was pretty long. It's like about 8 minutes long, but, it needs to be. So just wanted to explain a little bit better. The other thing is about what this site is. PTSD, the wives' side, like I said, is also for any member. It's for the husbands. It's for the wives, for daughters, for sisters, mothers, brothers, any best friend, neighbor. The more that you know about PTSD and also the other side of PTSD, the better it is. Knowledge is power. I truly believe that. And the more educated that you are, the better that you can handle a situation, and the better that you will feel about your situation or your ex situation. If you're not in this anymore, the stories here on PTSD, the wives' side, can help you a lot. And you guys have helped me a lot just by hearing your stories. amazingly well because I'm able to relate to you all, and you offer me guidance, and you offer me, I feel okay because I know I'm not the only one, because none of my girlfriends have been through what I've been through. They've never been with a military member. So knowing that there are others out there like myself truly, truly, gives me peace. I wish we didn't have to go through it, but it gives me peace knowing that, we're here for each other no matter what. And, at any time, I want this to become huge and grow so much to where we connect with each other and, say that, I'm in South Carolina, and say that there's a wife in Columbia, South Carolina, which is where I am, and her husband's having some rage issues or flashbacks, and she can call me because of PTSD, the wives' side, and I will rush over there and get her. And I hope that happens in other states. I hope that we can connect and all be, in a web together, and support each other, because this is exactly what we need. We need to be the support system that no one else will provide for us. And so that's why I hope that you all will feel comfortable sharing your stories. And like I've said many times, it is completely fine if you do not feel comfortable sharing your story from your name. Send me a message, say please post this as anonymous, and I will post it from my side, which is PTSD, the wives' side, and I will put anonymous and see what kind of comments we get back. But I hope that you guys start commenting more and feel comfortable commenting and sharing your stories. And remember, we all have to be there for each other if this is the support system that we're going to provide. It may be online, but I'm hoping that it will grow, from here and become where it's in person and, I don't know, a wives' retreat. Something like that. You never know. And I hope that that's where it goes. So I hope you guys keep commenting and sending me messages. And like I said, please write any of us, if any wives out there, let me know if you want to be part of this, where you want to be a counselor, quote unquote, and I'll put your name out there and I'll say, hey, listen, if you want to talk with someone that's been in this situation, here's her email, or write her on Facebook. But feel free to write me anytime. And yeah, welcome to PTSD, the wives' side. And I'm very excited, and I'm excited to see this grow, and I hope I can answer everybody's questions, and yeah, let's be there for each other. Okay, bye.